Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. So happy to see you guys. Very excited, as always, to see what messages come through from Spirit for us today. Before we get into that, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, I would adore that. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can all gather together outside of space and time, enjoying the energy together. And if you're looking for energy, you can also receive energy here in just a moment. I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. I'm just going to allow that love to flow down into our hearts and flood over top and out into the world and just surround the earth in a giant bubble of unconditional love, allowing it to do what it wants to do to help raise the vibration of our collective, each heart that's ready for expansion and connection. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a giant hug from your angelic and spirit support team that is always around you, always loving you, always giving you love energy. We amplify that love to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and sending that love out and helping create the space for that here. Before we get into the readings themselves, just like to make sure everyone knows that I do have a weekly drawing for giveaways. And for this Monday, here's the link for that. Each Tuesday, I put out a video for the following Monday of what I'm giving away, and it's usually that video is what you comment on in order to be included in the giveaway. Next week, I'm giving away, like the last 2 weeks, I've been celebrating reaching 1,500 plus subscribers on YouTube. A big thank you to all of you that have subscribed and continue to subscribe. And in celebration and in appreciation, I am giving away a 1 hour person recorded reading and 5 15-minute person recorded readings. So a total of 6 winners. I've done that the last 2 weeks. And so this Monday will be the last week that I'm doing that. But I have some other giveaways that I'm going to be announcing next week. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, that definitely appreciate you considering doing that. But if you have, make sure to go into your settings. And if you have not selected all, that might be a good idea, because then you get notified of all the winners, of the new videos when they come out, and especially the giveaways when they come out. So that is that. Also, I had a new pick a card that just came out, which is where can you use some light in your life? And so that's a beautiful pick a card that I enjoyed the reading there. I enjoy them all though, so you know. And then also we had last Sunday a Aries new moon alert. Pick a card, which talks about the energy of this Aries new moon that we just had a couple days ago. So if you want to get some more information from Spirit, you can check those out as well. And can you believe it? We're like a week away from the end of March. So if you haven't checked out your March reading by zodiac sign, here's the playlist for that. And at midnight tonight, April's will be coming out. So keep a lookout for those as well. And I think that's everything that I wanted to mention here. So let me get my desktop all set up here and we'll get into the readings and see what is going on. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, how we handle the free readings is I do go down in order in the chat. First come, first serve, there's no special list. The chat is the list. So as you just put your, question out there. And then when I get down to it, we'll pull cards for it. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're needing answers on, and so we'll pull cards, and you'll get your answer that way. If you make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, though, and I will prioritize your reading and step out of the free readings to complete those. And I do dive deeper into those. Free readings, I usually do 1 or 2 cards, sometimes 3. But the donations, I do honor that. And so I dive deeper into that. Well, Spirit does anyway. So that's how it works. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. YouTube does take about 1/3 of that for administrative fees. If you want to make a donation another way, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. That's all linked in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, as well as in the description box of the video. So blah, 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 that's everything. All right. So let's get into the readings here. I don't have any donations, so we will start with the free readings. And Spiritual Gifts Diva, you are up first. I am going to be using these Mystical Moments Tarot. So let me give them a quick shuffle. All right, and let's see. When will you meet Mr. Right, and anything about your first meeting with him? So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? All right, so they give you 2 sets of cards. So this is the when. All right, so it looks like there is some cycles coming in here. Let me see, you're trying to get it without too much glare. There we go. So you have the Hierophant, which the Hierophant is about a time of digging deep into your spiritual path and finding the true you. What do you truly want in your life? And so there's a time here of balancing, I mean, literally balancing here, of the outside world and inner search, inner journey, really discovering who you really want to be in this world and what you want to achieve, really connecting to some big capital T truths within your life. So for me, that, of course, yay is about, well, it's paused, the timing. And it's interesting when we talk about time, Spirit really, they're like, we're on soul time. We don't look at calendars and clocks. They're about timing in our life, like what's going to happen around there. It's like when, it's like people who like food. When you ask for directions, like, okay, you go to the Burger King and then you're going to take a left and then you're going to hit a Dairy Queen and then take a right, not street names and miles and all that. So that's funny because so Spirit's like, that's like us. We do more events in your life. So when we talk about when, we talk about events that are going on. It's interesting. I never had that come through before. I love that knowledge. So they're talking here about the there's the significant timing, significant balance in your life that happens first, and then that's when you meet your soul partner. Your first meeting with him here, I feel like it is in pursuit of, it's doing something that you love, because here is the Ace of Wands, which is passion and that's this energy of doing something that you really, really enjoy, which for you, I think it's learning, right? Because the Knight of Wands here, again, the Knight of Swords, is pursuit of knowledge and higher knowledge. So I feel like you meet them in some sort of schooling. This is a little bright. There we go. Like in learning something more, like either you're in some sort of higher education class, or you're learning a new modality in spirituality, or you're in a pottery class, whatever it is, it's like you're in a class of learning, you're learning something new, and that's where you bump into them, but you're doing something you love when you meet them. So it's like you are in this inner journey, focusing in on who you are, expanding it, understanding it, and then you're doing something you love, you're learning something you love, and boom, you're just like, it's just natural. It's you're doing something you love, they're doing something they love, and you fall in love. And so that's the way it unfolds. I like that. So it definitely is this wonderful. It's like you're not focusing on finding a relationship. You're focusing on living your passion, and then look, you meet them. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, spiritual gifts diva. So many blessings to you, and we will move on. All right. So Brenda, hey Brenda, I am doing very well. I hope you're doing well. And so you are asking here, is it best for you to stay with your own mother at her place or find another accommodation, wow, near your parents' home? All right, let's take a look here. We're going to pull two cards. One's going to be with your mom, and then the other is another place. We're just going to see what energies come in, because there's no supposed to or should or need to. When it comes to the spirit world, there's just different outcomes, different energies, different experiences. There's neither right nor wrong. The fated events, we will end up in them because what's meant for us will not pass us by. So, like if you were meant to be with your mother, um, you have plans to move to another place, and that place burns down last minute before you move in. Okay, well, I guess I'm moving in with you, mom. It's that type of thing that happens. So this is with mom. Oh, look at Knight of Cups. So pursuit of love in a beautiful, beautiful way. Look at that beautiful card. And then, or near them. Well, so Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords energy, this is balancing of heart and mind. And so with mom, you have this deep, deep, this feels very, it makes sense. It feels very um, mother nature, mother nurture, feeling this deep, deep love and feeling this overflowing heart. This makes your heart sing literally. Look at that. The heart is a guitar. So it literally makes your heart sing. Let's see if there it goes, a little bit more clear. But the Queen of Swords here balances heart and mind. So where one just has your heart just overflow with, living with your mom at her place, the Queen of Swords checks off things in the mind and the heart. It's a balanced heart and mind experience. So neither is right, neither is wrong. It just brings different experiences, right? So, so that is what they have coming in here. And you also asked, will you choose which carrier to earn money? Let me just pull a quick card here for you. Yeah, the Two of Cups. Here's choices, right? Emotional choices. And I love this because there is no right or wrong with this situation either. Wow, so this is like a big thing that's happening for you right now, because the Two of Cups is like the Lover's card, where every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love, but neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring different outcomes, different experiences, different things as they go through. And usually and especially with the Queen of Wands, it's like when we live too much from our brain, from our supposed to's and our checklists and all that, we end up, the heart ends up not singing, right? Like that card. It just ends up existing. And I like that at this point in your life right now, I feel a big nudge of following what makes your heart full and overflowing, because like what, for a year you've been trying to do what your mind wanted, and what a wonderful roller coaster of pain and suffering, right? And it's like your heart goes, let's go do stuff that's makes your heart sing. Let's try that for a year. And then at the end of it, you can decide which one you like more, right? So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Vrinda. Follow your heart in making the decisions, not the mind. So many, many blessings to you, and hang in there, enjoy it. All right. You're welcome, Diva. All right. And then up next, Vidi, you'll be my next free reading. But I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Shamika. Good to see you. Thank you for your donation. So I want to know, this house that you're moving to, is there any ghost in there? Ooh, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, look at definitely this new beginning coming here for you. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the World card, which is ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure and a new journey. This is very free, very open, very um, positive, right? So it's interesting. People have asked me, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in demons? And it's funny because I go, yeah, let me ask Spirit, because I don't know. And I'm go, what? So tell me, what about ghosts? Tell me about demons. And it's interesting because they go behind. What they do is they show me like a huge play that's going on, right? Like the Phantom of the Opera. Is there truly a phantom? No. There's a character being played as the phantom, but the actor behind the actor behind all characters, are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And if our journey, if I, like, we're co creators of our adventure. Oh, wait, there was a movie called Sphere. It was a long time ago. It was like a sci fi. I think Dustin Hoffman, Queen Latifah. Can't believe I remember all that, but it's because them. Um, but they touched this sphere where their thoughts and desires came to fruition in the physical world. And that's what they're showing me. And what they showed me is like with ghosts, with demons, with whatever, if I want it for my movie, I'm like, hey, I need demons. They're going to be like, all right, prop team, we need demons. And so they show some people walking through like Universal Studios, um, without their demons from the head down. They're holding their masks. They're getting ready to put on their demon mask to pretend to be a demon for people that want to experience demons. So basically, what they're saying is, if you want to experience ghosts, ghosts are going to be there. If you are like, no, I don't want ghosts there, then ghosts won't be there, because we're the ones that create it. And there's only truly at the core of everything, unconditional love. That's where everything comes from. But we put on different costumes here to play different people, villains and heroes and victims, for the sake of the play, for the sake of experiencing. But you hold the power. So we're always surrounded by spirit. We have our guardian angels and our spirit guides and our loved ones that are already on the other side, our ancestors and mermaids and leprechauns and unicorns and fairies, whatever we believe. We are surrounded by this huge group of beings of unconditional love and light. And so, um, if there's a ghost, it's because we want one there. And when we're done experiencing the ghost, we can just be like, all right, I'm done with ghosts. And then there's not there anymore, right? Could even be one of your relatives that's gone to the other side. They're like, oh, they want a ghost. I want to be the ghost. I want to be the ghost. And then they'll move things and they'll have things happen and you'll feel their presence, and they're like giggling while they're doing it. So I like that for you, Shamika. Nothing to fear unless you want something to fear, and then you'll make it appear. And then when you're done, you'll make it disappear because you have that power. So I like this. I'm glad you asked that question, Shamika. I'm sure it was for more than just you and me. So thank you. And thank you again so much for your donation. I like it. All right. So we left off with VD. Let me just take a quick sip of my coffee. Cheers to everyone. Hope you had a wonderful day so far, wherever you're at in the world. Here, there's a astral or solar storm that we've had happening yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, you might see the aurora borealis that is coming in, and and someone said I read somewhere it was like impacting dreams and energies. So if you've been like, whoa, that's what's going on. So what message do you need to hear today, VD? Let's take a look. I like this. You have the 10 of Swords, which is you're letting go of some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. All these opinions of other people, these small t truths, these fears of losing conditional love. You're in this place of, excuse me, releasing it, because the 10 is the endings and new beginnings, and it's like exhaustion, trying to live up to everyone's expectations. So this beautiful, beautiful release of just, I'm just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and doing all that. And I like this because you're really stepping into your energy, because you have the Knight of Wands, which is one of the fastest, like the fastest, in my opinion, moving horse out of them all, because fire is movement, 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 and knights are movement, movement, movement. And so this is really stepping into your power. They do quest after the Ace of Wands, which allows you to step into your power. And because here's the Ace of Wands right here, that so sorry, brings into the Two of Wands here, which is you hold your world within your own hands here. The Two of Wands shows us that our energy is constantly flowing out of us. Every second we are creating. We're little mini creators, and our energy goes out. And they showed me once, like someone with a fire hat on, and they had a fire hose attached to it with all this water was flowing out. Wherever they looked is what all that energy was growing and expanding. And so if we're looking over here and we don't want to grow that, we just look over here and that grows instead. So the two sides of it are basically, we have, we focus in on what we feel we're missing in life. The missingness grows. We have more things to miss, or what we're missing, it feels even like it's gone farther away because we're kind of repelling it out of our life. If we're focusing on what's in our life that we don't want, we're actually drawing it closer and making it grow bigger. So, if we're focusing on our fears, like that 10 of Swords, that's why I feel like you're letting them go, because you're not focusing on them anymore. You're switching your energy. And because when we focus on what we fear will lose out of our life, like I said, we'll repel it out of our life. And if we fear something will come into our life, we kind of just throw out a hook and draw it into us, right? But if we instead switch over to focusing on what we're grateful for, then more things to be grateful for expand in our life. If we focus in on what we do want to draw into our life, then we draw that in. And focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and all that gratitude, that grows instead. So I feel like what they're saying here, you're really realizing what fears that you've had that you were focusing on, and you're just realizing, one, you don't want to focus, you don't want to grow those anymore. You're like, I'm focusing on other things. But if a fear like tugs at you constantly while you're focusing on gratitude, while you're in this peaceful place, you can look at that fear and go, what am I really fearing? What's really at the core of that? Where's that coming from? And then it's like you take it from your subconscious and you're really looking at it and going, you know what? In the darkness, you seemed like you were like reasonable fear, but now that you're in the light, you're not. It's like if I fear I'll lose my job and not have enough money and I'm going to get thrown out of where I'm living and everyone's going to reject me and I'm going to end up on the edge of town starving to death. I'm going to die alone and get eaten by wolves. You know, at some point, the story falls apart, right? Even usually, even the very beginning, because it's like, if I lose my job, oh, I can find another one. What if I don't find a job? What's the chances of that? I'm going to find some job somewhere, even if it's, making half of what I did or whatever. I'm going to have enough. Um, or I have friends or family or the government that will help me at least not die. I will survive. I may not live at the, pinnacle of what my brain is telling me I should live at, but I'm going to live. Okay. So my fear at the core is my fear of dying, but I'm going to be fine, you know. So I love this transformation that's coming in here for you, VD, and that's what they want you to know right now. So I love it. You're very welcome, Shamika. All right. So continue moving down the free readings, and we are to Abhishek or Abhishek. Probably murdering that. My apologies. And you want to know, what does God want to tell you right now? What does the Mother and Father Creator want you to know right now? Like right now. Let's see here. All right. So you do have this time, the creator is like drawing you into this inner journey. And so this isn't meaning that you have to like completely be a hermit around, not be around anyone, but it is about you taking time to yourself to do your inner journey and your, connecting to the spirit world to have them help you on your path, because they are the lantern that, lights your path, bringing you information. So don't hesitate to ask them for assistance, because they don't meddle with our free will. But if of your own free will you ask them for guidance and assistance and signs and wonders and synchronicities, they will give you answers and give you signs. And so they really want that for you here. And the moon really connects in here too, because the moon is this energy of connecting to the higher realms, diving into the hidden, diving into the unknown, which is this journey inward, this type of energy. And you have two major arcana that are popping in here, which does represent this is a significant time of your inner search and your inner journey, that it is going to reveal some hidden things that were below the surface that free you up and allow you to, move forward. Because you do have the 10 of Pentacles that popped up too, which is about the outside world and abundance, this feelings of wholeness, completeness that's happening. But it does also feel like it signifies significant change that you make in the outside world, because the 10 can be endings and new beginnings too, where you're ready for the next phase. I love how they have like, if a tree ever is cut in half, hopefully after it's dead, they're not just cutting down live trees, but you'll see the rings, and it's all about the history, the things that have happened, the changes, the release also of chains. The 10 of Pentacles sometimes will have like the tree of life on it, the from the Kabbalah, and there's this releasing of chains that have been passed down from generation to generation to generation as well, and that you're a chain breaker through this process too. So this stuff that's bubbling up from the surface and the subconscious, and the journey that they're taking you on here is allowing you to really free up not only yourself, but other branches on the family tree and other trees in the human orchard. Because as you work through and release yourself from these patterns that have been passed down from generation to generation, which can be abuse, which can be addictions, which can be even belief systems, or everyone being in the same type of career and job, and you're the first one that goes, I don't want to be a police officer. I want to be an artist. And people are like, but then other people are like, thank God I don't want to be a police officer either. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. You know, they want to step out of the norm, but everyone's afraid to step out of line because it's been from generation to generation type of thing, right? But you're the breaker of chains, is what I feel. They want you to know with this particular reading. So I like that for you, Abhishek. So many blessings to you. I like it. And then they also just popped out the King of Pentacles, which is you again, you know, the Ten of Pentacles. Here you are finding your worth in relationship to the outside world in a new way. You are mastering that and stepping out and taking command. It's like the Emperor card. You're taking command of your worth and what it means, not allowing other people to define it and control it. So I like it. That's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. You're welcome, Brady. So, Drewshri, you are up next. You want to know about the rest of the month. So, the next week that we have here in March, can't believe we only have a week left. Already the first quarter of 2023 has flown the coop. So, this next week, you have this wonderful stabilization that's coming in. The Nine of Swords, like all these, you know, it represents our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Nine is this inner journey of looking at our fears, because the Nine of Swords is kind of known as the insomnia or the nightmare dreaming card, where you have a lot on your mind, or you have had a lot on your mind, but you're ready to let it go. You're almost to the point of exhaustion where you're just tired of overthinking around something. And the Four of Pentacles brings you into a more solid place in the outside world. It also shows that you're finding like a stable place in your worth. So these can represent fears around your worthiness, around your lovability, you know, those types of things. But the Four of Pentacles is this journey where we are told to look outside of ourselves and into like three areas to define ourselves, right? And I call that retail price, because self-worth comes from self, not from out here. Out here is retail. What am I worth to the outside world? That's retail price. And so we go and we look at that, right? And we look at relationships and situations and things to define us, and all those are unstable. Relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are unstable, and if we define ourselves by them, we feel unstable. And then we're told, define yourself by situations like your job, your education, your social status, things like that. Circumstances you can get in, but those things always are changing. So that's not stable either. And then we're like, well, then focus on things, your body, your bank account, your possessions. But I mean, those things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, also very unstable. So eventually we grow tired of looking at all those outside things as being stable and finding it to be unstable. And we feel all unstable. We eventually turn inward and upward. And that's where we find the unconditional, eternal love of our higher self and of the spirit realm. So that inner journey with that Nine of Swords takes us to this place. And we're like, oh, eternal, it's forever. That's pretty stable. Unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it. So very stable. And so then we become stable on the inside. We release the outside world to determine our worth, and we can enjoy it for what it is, instead of feeling like it's always falling short and being unstable. So I feel like whatever this last week is, there are these aha moments, this awareness that, you know, that's unstable, that's unstable, that's unstable. Really, the only thing that's stable is what I find in here. So I like this aha that comes, that really frees you up, and it changes how you perceive the outside world. It's a beautiful spark that happens. So I like it, Andrew Shri. So many blessings to you. Hey, Rose. Just stopping by to say hi. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right. Hey, Blissful. Hey, everybody. All right. I know I can get caught up in saying hi to everyone. So, hello, everybody that I haven't said hi to yet. Ms. Draw, you are up next for the next free reading. So, any blessings coming to you? Let's see what Spirit like you to know about the blessings, because obviously you are blessed, and blessings are always headed your way. Let's see what they want you to know about the next one that's coming around the corner here. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Page and page. Definitely new, beautiful things coming your way here. New opportunity for love that's coming here, opening up in the outside world. And of course, love can be a friendship, a family member, can be romantic. But you definitely have this love that's going to be pouring in here, this opportunity for love to be expressed to you, just showing you. And I like this. You have a little bit, a dragonfly, and then also a little fishy. So there is this significant interaction with an individual. I almost feel like this dragonfly means something to you. Like if you have a loved one, that if dragonfly to you means, um, a specific loved one, that it's them saying hello to you, then that is them saying hello to you. And I feel like that's an extra with this as well, because you're going to feel this love from the other side, from this loved one who's on the other side, but you're also going to have this experience in the physical realm with a human as well. So it's like a double blessing that comes in, and it's like a double whammy in a good way, of from spirit world and from the physical world. So I like that for you, Ms. Draw, to be open and ready for some virtual and physical hugs, is what I feel for you. So that is what they have. I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And so up next here, we have a couple of roses. So the rose with the rose as your picture, you are up next. And you want to know, what is he thinking about you? Let's take a look here. Let me take a sip here. All right. So what is he thinking about you? All right. So we do have the Ace of Cups, which we like seeing that, because that is, love here. Let's see if I can get it to focus without so much brightness on there. But it is a bunch of butterflies that are flying off there. There we go. So definitely this new love, this higher love feeling, that's there. Just the Two of Wands, I feel like they're, standing in this fork in the road, whether they want to act on it or not. It's like, what is happening here? It's like they're just at this fork, that they feel these feelings, but they're not sure what they want to do with it. Is what it just keeps on looping that message. So, when people are indecisive, we can take it personally if we want to experience that pain and suffering, right? Like, it's a no-brainer. If you care about me, you're going to express it, and you're going to tell me, because I am lovable and I deserve to be it expressed to me. So why are you being stupid and not choosing to express it to me? But it's not about us, right? When people are hesitant, it's because they have fears inside, and the fears inside don't have anything to do with us. It's about their past, right? They've had pain either all the way back to, when they were a baby. They have these emotional hesitancies that are put in because as children, we are very brave, and we're like, hey, I love you. And we don't get the love back. And we're like, oh, well, wait a minute. Or we express love in a way that gets punished because that's not the way they wanted. I don't know why they're showing me a cat bringing a mouse into the house to go, look, I love you. And they're like, no, we don't want that. It's like, okay, interesting. But there's this freedom that comes here, um, that you can just let them be who they are. They're going to decide what they're going to decide. And it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's going on inside of them. So they do have love, and the thinking. You said, what are they thinking about you? They are like, um, thinking about, and it's not really you. It's like they're thinking about expressing love. Should I express love? It's like the heart wants to, but the mind is going, wait a minute. Let's just weigh this out. Do I want to express this passion or no? And so that's why there's this hesitancy that's there. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's going on right now for you, Rose. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And Juliana, thank you so much. Juliana was one of our winners this last Monday. So I'm glad that you enjoyed the beautiful reading that came through for you. So if you guys haven't checked out, I posted it and I will post it at the end. But if you check out my giveaway playlist on my main page, it'll have next Monday's giveaway, which I'm also giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading and 15-minute personal recorded readings. So thank you so much, Juliana. Good to see you. All right. So Mira, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much. Always victory for your donation. Yeah, Morg. Yeah, I know there's like, I have like three different roses, but that's too funny. All right. So always victory. Should you invest your energy now into project A or project B or no project, right? So let's take a look here. We'll pull three cards and give you the energy. So this will be project A, this will be project B, and this will be, what if you don't invest energy in either A or B? So, in the spirit world, there's no shoulds, fated events will always come to fruition. The ones that we have decided before coming down here, like this has to happen, it will always happen. It won't pass us by. But we have a lot of flexibility in other things. And so there's neither right or wrong, is what they're telling me with these. They're just telling you the different energies, the different experiences you'll have if you choose A or if you choose B or if you choose C, none of the above. So for project A, if you do it, yeah, project A seems like you'd, with the Two of Swords, you would kind of feel like you would stand at a crossroads for a while. And I feel like there would be like just this waiting of information. So I feel like A would take a while, that you would have a lot of stops and goes and stops and goes. I feel like A, you might have like other people that you would have to rely on for things, it feels like, where you wouldn't get, um, I don't want to say that you're at the whim of other people. Is that how they say that? Where you're like, okay, I need that information. I need you to do this. And you're waiting on them to do something. So I feel like there would be some stops and goes and stops and goes and stops and goes, little frustration around that one. Project B um, feels empowering. It feels like with Project B that you would have some emotions here. The Three of Cups are usually the spilt cups. So you have some obstacles, you have some disappointments, some things that don't work out, but you flow through it and you step into your power here with the Two of Cups that are behind you. So when experience those things, you do end up stepping into your, where you learn, how you're, I get to choose what I feel as I go through anything. And so I feel like, so it's like Project A teaches you patience, Project B teaches you your power of emotional choice. Let's see what C brings in here. Wow, okay. And then if you don't, the Five of Pentacles here is about you learning about your the five is our number of is a number of change, right? So the Five of Cups is changing of emotional power. This is the change of how you perceive your worth in relationship to the outside world, and where you move from feeling like you're abandoned or left out in the cold or feelings of lack, and you face this awareness that it's not humans that bring you what you need in each moment, but that it's creator, it's spirit that makes sure you have your sustenance in each moment, and you build this trust with the upper world, the heavens, whatever you believe that your higher power to be, that they will make sure that you have everything you need in each moment, and you develop that trust. So, wow, this is a sounds like a big um, point in your life where you're just in huge classrooms, right? Because you're either going to learn patience or emotional power of choice, or learn about trust and trusting the universe and not feeling, overcoming feelings of lack. So it's like, which one do you want? Oh my gosh. So you feel the energies of all three, and you're like, okay, wow. It's like, am I going to take chemistry, calculus, or, um, you know, what is it? Something else that's like challenging, right? Um, so, or biology, I don't know. But that's what they have for you, always victory. But regardless of which one it is, right? You're gonna do fine through it because that's who you are, always victorious. So you will shine through whichever one you do, but it's what energy do you want to work on right now? Which one feels like what you're wanting to experience? So that is what they have. Thank you for your donation again, always victory. Really appreciate that. So enjoy that journey. Many blessings to you. All righty. So back to the free readings. And Mira, we left off with you, and you want to know about your love life in 2023. What does Spirit have for you? All right. All right. So you do have the Knight of Cups. So there is movement in love this year, because all nights are about movement. Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. And the Knight of Cups is also the questing for love and questing for the heart, questing for what you feel will make your heart sing, right? You do have the Two of Pentacles coming in here, which is balancing in your outside world, really seeing things, bringing the heavens down to the earth. And it's just like you're having this cycling that's going in the outside world. And I kind of feel like there's this ebb and this flow that happens just because you have, let me just also bring up here, you have another knight, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which is about the outside world takes its good old time with its seasons, and we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So I feel like there's this cycle, this balancing going on with your pursuit of love, which kind of feels like a tide, like an ebb and flow. And I don't know necessarily feel like it's a specific individual, though it could be, where like someone's a rubber band or love is a rubber band. So whichever one applies, it could be both, right? Where someone comes in and they get close, and you're like, oh, hi, and then they're gone. And then you're like, okay, well, that was interesting. They're like, hey, I'm here. And they're gone again. And you're like, what's going on? It's like one of those little paddles with a ball. Bunk, 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 bunk. And it's just it ebbs and flows and comes in like love or an individual or both. But it teaches you each time that the love goes, it teaches you about um, what do I feel about myself? What do I feel about love? What am I looking for love? I feel like this pursuit is teaching you that each time it comes so close and then shoots back away, that this feeling of it leaving is like, why do I feel this way? What do I want to learn about this? Um, and it's all happening on purpose. Your higher self signed up for the little paddleboard, little so that you can really understand what it is you're searching for love, what you're expecting to get from that outside love, and how um, it's like you're being nudged to turn inward and upward for that love. And as you turn inward, because you have this time alone in between the paddle, of it appearing and going and appearing and going, when it's the going away period before it comes back in, you're really sitting and understanding more and more and more about your self love. So as you do that and that energy increases, then that stays longer and longer because you're drawing in the higher love instead of the lower love vibration energy. So it is this little quest that you're on, but you're on it on purpose for a purpose because there is a beautiful freedom and a love that you have never experienced before at the end of it. So will it happen by the end of 2023? Really up to you, because the extent that you do your inner quest of love, the faster the fruition in that thing comes to where your love vibration gets up to a certain point. But you control how fast your love vibration increases, which is great. We don't want it in someone else's hands. We want that in our own hands. And that's what they're bringing for you. So that's what they have for you, Amira. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the free list here. And we are to Kavita Soroha. And you like a general reading? Sure. All right. So let's see, what does Spirit have for you here? Wow, two major arcana. So this is a significant event in your life here. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card. So very, very bright period and a bright event happening for you right now, because you've got, the Wheel of Fortune is that things are changing. There's endings and new beginnings, and things are unfolding and churning in your life, where even your higher self, your human self, feels like these things that are unfolding are fortunate for you. They're for you. It's the tune of four, right? Fortune. And the Star card is a card of balance and hope and kind of wishing upon a star. So there is like almost this energy here of a wish fulfillment coming in, a wish coming true and unfolding here. And so Spirit is just letting you know, have hope, don't give up, wish upon that star, because things are unfolding, things are opening up for you, and they're fated events, so it won't pass you by. But it's like this feeling of like excitement of, someone so excited about something, like they're taking you on this adventure, and they can't wait to see your eyes when you open your gift or your present. And they're just like super excited for you. So I like that for you, Kavita. So get ready. Something wonderful is about to switch and change up in your life that does feel like wish fulfillment. So there you have it. That's what they have. So many blessings to you. Hey, Kevin. Hello, hello. So you want to know, what does the old woman's spirit want from you? Uh-oh. You don't feel it's healthy. It's affecting your love life. Okay, let's take a look here and see, what does this old woman's spirit, what message is coming through here for you? Okay. So this old woman is actually it's one of your spirit guides coming through as them because they're trying to get your attention. The Sun card is something very bright, but it's also about the Leo energy, the inner child energy, and it has to do with your worth and how you relate your worth to something in the outside world that is really drawing you inward to really look at your, you know, some subconscious beliefs that you don't realize are there. And so they want to shake and rattle and bring it to the surface so that you can be released, because it's a program that's running underneath the surface that impacts different areas of your life. And it does have to do with worth, even here. Like they want to open these chains and open the gate so that you can flow through. Is this the old woman? That's like a young woman. But there is this energy coming through of having you look at your worth, and is there an area of your life that you have been defining yourself by that maybe you're not conscious of. Again, it feels like it's very below the surface, bubbling underneath, something around defining yourself by a relationship, whether it was family or friends or romantic, um, or defining yourself by job, education, or by things, your body, bank account, possessions. Whatever these three areas, the Four of Pentacles usually shows us the instability of the outside world and draws us to turn inward and upward for our solid foundation. But I feel like this old woman's, it's a spirit guide coming through as an old woman to have you go inward and downward to find that, so you can switch back to upwards. There's something that's they're drawing you in to look at a belief that you have that's bubbling down. Usually it's going to be from our emotional body, which was created around 7 years old and younger. So it's something that's kind of like way back in the day that they just want to bring to the surface. And I love the old woman spirit coming through, whether it's a grandma that has passed, or some, they're, I almost feel like they're taking on a character as someone else, though I don't feel like it's like your grandmother who's passed coming through. I feel like it's one of your spirit guides going, I want to dress up as an old woman because I feel like that will get their attention. And obviously it has. So they're pretty, your spirit guides are pretty, like half of them are pretty sassy, and the others are hilarious too. But you have a couple sassy ones that just really wanted to dress up as an old woman and present themselves that way to you. So hopefully that helps here. You probably know what this bubbling underneath, you would have been getting hints in the outside world too around what this program is that's running underneath, because they'll bring it like friends or family or other people are going through something, and you're like, why, like, does everyone I know going through this, dealing with death? They're bringing back an example where I had like 5 people contact me like in a matter of a week. My mom, like, she had her neighbor passed away, and I had a friend, their husband passed away, and then someone else's mentor passed away. Someone else had a friend that passed away, another friend that someone else that tried committing suicide, and all in a matter of like 5 days. I'm like, bam, 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 bam. I'm like, what is going on? It's that kind of thing where you're just like, okay, what is going on here? Well, that's them bringing up information on what this thing is that's below the surface. So if that hasn't happened yet, I feel like it will be about to. They'll bring clarity around it. So that's what they have for you, Kevin. So it is happening for you, though. It's not something that they're messing with you. It's like they want to help you release something that's impacting your life. So I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Kevin. DK, you are up next. So Will M's father contact us. And why is he ignoring you? Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. So Will, they contact you, and then why are they ignoring you? So one card for each. All right, there we go. So will they contact you? In time. You have the Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest moving knight out of them all. So there's, you know, a delay in contact there. It will happen. It's just taking its good old time, right? But why? Well, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So two knights. So this knight, the Knight of Wands, has to do with, it's very fiery. So I feel like if they are um, like a fire sign, but if they're quick to, I don't want to say temper, but that's what I'm feeling is like if they're like a frying pan that heats up and rah, I just feel like they're in this fiery time where they're just really upset and have a lot of fire going on where they're just angry. And I don't know if it's necessarily specifically at you guys. I feel like they are just angry at the world and uh, they don't want to. I feel like they've had a temper and anger issues there like all their life. And they learn that they don't like to eat crow. They don't like to apologize. So they figure it's best for them to stay away from everyone and not just have this whatever has triggered them blah over everyone and then have to clean it all up and apologize and do everything. They would rather just step away from everyone and everything and work through their anger. And then once they've calmed down and they don't have this fire that's, explosive volcano going on, that then they can, um, move, communicate. So I don't feel like it's personal, like they're just angry and fiery at you guys. I just feel like they're just mad at the world and they're whatever is triggered inside of them. Especially if they're a fire sign, this fiery energy that's happening, and we have eclipses we're getting influenced by. So really, a lot of stuff I feel is in their face that they're looking at, some stuff that's bubbled up, and so they will contact you. Um, and I don't know. There's just the feelings. I'm feeling like an anger I had when I was a young teenage boy, like 14, 15, 16 years old, where it didn't matter. I just felt so mad. And it's like almost like the hormones were just like, brah. And I spent a lot of time by myself because I didn't want to act out of anger to people, but I just didn't want people, if someone goes, I love you, it even made me more angry because I was about to say, if you want to just tell them that you love them, I'm like, no, don't even do that. Just send love from your heart to them. You don't need to communicate with them. Let them simmer down. You don't want to shake up the nitroglycerin and have it explode. So I just feel like to send love to them, and they'll eventually contact you. So that's what they have for you, DK. So many, many blessings to you. And so rose flower. Yeah, I did have all three roses here. So rose flower. I guess I should have said pink rose. Here's yellow rose flower. Hello, hello. So will you buy a home next year? Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know about purchasing a home next year. Nope. Nope, they didn't want that card. All right, and that one. Yeah, I really feel like you will here. The Ten of Pentacles is this feeling of home, this feeling of abundance. It's kind of known as the, not heritage, but legacy card. Like, you will buy a home, and I almost feel like you will pass it down from generation to generation type of energy here. The Five of Wands does show conflict in the beginning of the year, so I feel like it'll be more the last half of next year that you'll buy the home. But because just there's some energies in the beginning of the year that just feels like conflict, just some things that need to be worked out in the beginning of the year. I almost feel like the housing market, there's something that's just because I'm hearing the word volatile, but it's not like violence against you. It's just like the housing market is volatile, like January through May. And I feel like it's in May, things start to calm down and things transform. And that's when you start to look for a home. But I do feel next year, more so probably June and after. But that's what they have, Rose Flower. So many blessings to you. I'm very happy for you. Hey, Rose. All right. Next up, we have Harsita Oha. Hello, hello. And you want to get a message from Spirit for you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. All right. So I feel like you're going to have this change coming up here in your outside world with the Two of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles tells me, that you are going to have this movement in the outside world. And you might have been like kind of at a fork in the road, like you're wanting to make a decision and you're going back and forth between your head and your heart. And the Eight of Pentacles is like this card that tells you that you've been doing the work, you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and you're about to have this movement happen. You're about to be rewarded for the work that you've put into it, whether it's relationship or job, education, body, finances, moving locations, whatever it may be. And you are going to be faced with a decision to make with this here. And I like that because this is basically telling you here that when you are coming to this opportunities, try to let your heart and your mind have a seat at the table in making the decision on what you're going to do. Don't do it strictly off of the mind of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, these fears and opinions that we've had all our lives. What does your heart want? Let it have a say so and take it to heart, right? Take it to your heart and go, I may, like if it's a job, it's like, well, this job makes sense and everyone will think, oh, it's a great job and I'll make good money, but I'll wake up every day going, all right, gotta, cheer yourself on and look in the mirror and okay, we've got this. Let's go. And it's your heart is like in a cage whimpering like a little puppy that wants to get out and play. And it's not able to because the mind made the decision without the heart. But if the heart and the mind join together, it's like, rather than that, yeah, this is a little less money. Some people won't be happy about it, but I'm going to wake up every day excited to go do this. That's the kind of energy that's coming in here for you, Harsita. So that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. You are very welcome, Roseflower. All right. And Morgan the Void. Hello, hello. So I am doing wonderful. I hope you are doing wonderful as well. And what should you do to make your relationship more fun? All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see, what does Spirit have for you here? All right. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. We do have the Tower and with the Ten of Swords. It's really let go of expectations, let go of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the musts, and just let go. I really like this, the combination of the Tower and the Ten of Swords, because it's freeing your mind from, a lot of, it's all the expectations and the supposed tos and the shoulds. And, well, this is what needs to happen. It's just like blow it wide open and just allow these adventures to come in. Because you have the King of Wands too, which Wands is drive and passion and inspiration and our like a passion, our inspiration. It's like have fire, reignite the fire. And the King of Wands also with the Ace of Wands that they have allows them to um, focus on your energy. Your energy impacts your life, and whatever you choose to focus on is what grows and expands. And so with a 10 of Swords, um, it is those are expectations and fears. And with the wands that we have, it's like I can focus on my fears of what I fear will leave or I fear will come in, and I'm repelling stuff out of my life and drawing stuff in. But it's like the energy, instead, if we focus in on what I'm grateful for, and I kind of feel like, a gratitude journal is an amazing thing to do. But I feel like when it comes to relationships, what's fun and what ignites the passion and this can be for romantic or friends or family or whatever. If you make it a verbal or an action gratitude journal each day for that person. You can always do it for your own life, but for a relationship, you can make it a point for 30 days, every single day. I'm going to show my gratitude about something sincerely that I really do, I'm grateful for in the other person, right? And it can be that you do something, for them, whether it's a little note or just a text or a meme or, you do something special, whatever it is. It's like for 30 days, just choose one thing that you are sincerely grateful for and express it to them in some way. Verbalize it, and especially if you know their love language, right? Because what are the five languages of love language? Being told that you're loved, being touched, gifts, acts of service, and time. So you can figure out which of the five, and usually they have more than one, but how do you want to share that with them? How will they appreciate and feel the gratitude? And that can have this fun and the spark, because you can make it fun, of course, Morg. It's like, oh yeah, I can do it this way. This day I'm going to give them a banana and tell them how appealing they are to me. Ha ha ha. It's like you will have 30 days of doing that, and just see how that changes things. So I like it. Appealing. They're funny. But that's what they have, Morg, for you. So many, many blessings to you. I like it. Tell me how that goes if you choose to do that. All right. So, Angel Bliss, you are the next free reading. And you want to know, what does the universe want you to know right now? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they have. Well, this Four of Pentacles has been coming up quite a bit today, which makes sense because this is our life here. So the Nine of Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. And the nine is the Hermit's journey, which with this Four of Pentacles, this combination is that whatever this energetic block that you've been feeling, that you've been having, you are being drawn inward to really step into your power and realize that you have so much more influence and impact over your life than you imagine. Because the Four of Pentacles is this solid foundation in the outside world that comes from this. The Four of Pentacles teaches us that, when we define ourselves by the outside world, we feel unstable because, we're taught to look to the outside world for our worth, which I call retail price, versus self-worth, which is when we turn inward and upward, that we step into our power. This is where that Nine of Wands is coming in. Because if you look at relationship situations and things as defining our worth, all those things are unstable out there, right? People change, pass away, walk away. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, blow up, destroyed, stolen. So you recognize the instability in the outside world with retail price. One of the examples Spirit uses is, I'm a warm parka coat. And if I'm in northern Alaska during the winter, I'm priceless, well sought after, maybe even marked up in price. But if I'm that same warm parka coat on the tropical island on the equator during the summer, I used to say that you end up on the clearance rack, and they're like, you don't even end up on the clearance rack, you end up being donated to Goodwill. And that's the fickleness, the instability of the outside world. Depends on when and who and where and all that stuff, right? Where we eventually turn inward and upward to define ourselves by that eternal, unconditional love from our higher self in the spirit world. And that becomes the solid foundation where we realize I was giving my power away of my worth to the outside world, and I get to fill up myself from the inside, and then it changes your whole perspective of the outside world. It's always going to fall short of you trying to have it be unconditional love, because it's just conditional out there. And it's like, oh, so I'm expecting desert sand to quench my thirst. No, desert sand does something else. Water, fresh water is what takes away my thirst. Oh, okay, well, when I stop expecting desert sand to take away my thirst, I can appreciate desert sand for what it is and its own beauty while I drink my glass of water, right? So there is this change that's coming here, stepping into your power, realizing where you find your wholeness and your fullness, which allows you to, the Nine of Wands normally has 9 wands blocking your way, and you realize, oh, this Ace of Wands in the middle is mine. I take it and I stand in my power. There's this gap that you can slip through. So this block that you've been feeling does transform and change as you turn inward and connect to this love that you find within you that changes your perspective of the outside world. So that's what they have for you right now, Angel Bliss. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. Hey, Tanya. Welcome. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And I'm just past the first hour. So this is for you and everyone else. I usually at the little past the first hour, I do a little public service announcement to let everyone know how these readings work. So for the free readings, I just go down in order of the chat, first come, first serve. No special list. The chat is the list, so you can ask your question there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what you want. So I just go down in order for the free readings, first come, first serve. If anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize those to honor that energy exchange. So I step out of the free readings, complete those. I do dive deeper into those as well. And then once I'm done, I step back in order the free readings and go down in order. I sometimes reach the bottom of the free readings. It all depends on how many there are. Sometimes it gets very long, very fast, but I'll talk more as I reach I'm usually on for about 2 hours. So I'll be on for about another 45 minutes or so. And if I don't get to everyone by the end, I'll talk about more options. I am here 2 times a day on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Wednesday through Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So that is the little public service announcement. So that is what we have. So back to our regular scheduled program. All right. And so we'll continue moving down the list. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right, so always victory. So you had asked a different question for your donation, so I will pull a card here or two for the what is going on with EN. So let's take a look here. What the Spirit wants you to know. What's going on with EN? Yeah, they are really doing some inner work here. They have the Judgment card, which is their higher self calling them inward and upward, really doing some inner reflection with the Seven of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Seven of Swords represents us becoming aware of what of our own thoughts and beliefs are deceiving us or stealing things out of our life, right? So they're really understanding that some of the things that have happened in their life are because of their own inner beliefs. And that's what's happening here with the Judgment card. Double endings, double new beginnings. I feel like they're doing like this little spring cleaning of some personal beliefs about themselves. They just have had some situations in their life that have just shaken them to the point where they want to understand, why does this keep happening to me? And then they're realizing, oh, you know what? The common denominator in each of these things is me, and so that's like this, like the angels are singing, and they're just like, this big light bulb just goes bing, and they're like, oh, so if I keep doing what I keep doing, I keep getting what I keep getting. So let me change what I'm doing and what I believe about myself. And so I feel like they're going through a little internal overhaul. So if they've pulled back or they're acting weird, it's because they're doing a lot of inner work in their heart and their mind. So that's what they have for you always, Victory, regarding EN. So many blessings to you. All right, so continue moving down the list. And we are to Mega. Hey, Mega. So, will you meet up with partner R this month for a passionate hot date? Ooh, how will it be? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? And for this month, we mean March, so within the next week, right? So, let's take a look here. Well, a lot of pentacles. I don't feel like you will this month, at least because it's only a week anyway. But there's this because there's this balancing coming in here with the Two of Pentacles of your outside world, the Three of Pentacles here also popping in, which we'll talk about in a sec. Because the Five of Pentacles is this caged. Here's you feeling caged. There's these beliefs that need to be balanced here, and this is the balancing. You have over here on one side these feelings of lack, these feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, feeling left behind. But the five is a transformation. So there's this journey you're on looking at your worth here, because the Three of Pentacles is this beautiful, beautiful message from Spirit about be true to the authentic you. Try not to be drawn off and, you know, oftentimes we'll try to be who we think other people want us to be so that we'll be loved and accepted and they want to spend time with us. And we have these fears of being rejected. The Three of Pentacles usually has two other people on the card with them. One representing the people we fear. If we don't do and be who they want us to be, they're going to reject us and they're going to, punish us in some way through yelling or rejection or whatever it may be. And then the other person is someone who usually supports us and praises us. We're afraid to let them down, that they'll join those other naysayers, right? And so we'll get drawn off of being true to our authentic self, trying to think of who I need to please these other people. And I feel like what's happening right now is Spirit is allowing you this momentary time to really reflect on that and go, am I being true to me or am I trying to be who I think they want me to be? And let me step into that. Let me just really have this moment to step back from the situation and look at, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Is this really what I want? And why am I wanting this? Is it for me or is it because I'm trying to live up to other people's expectations? So I feel like that that the answer is no for meeting with them this month for a passionate hot date. And it's more of this stepping into little self-reflection and looking at abandonment and lack type of feelings right now. So that's just for this next week, right? April's just around the corner, so we can always ask, um, later, what about April? But for now, for this next week, they're like, spend time looking at you and what you want. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Megan. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the free list. Where to favor B. So you want to know how T is feeling towards you currently. Let's take a look here. How is T feeling towards you currently? Wow. And I just put this card back in and it came flying back out. So how they're feeling towards you here, they see you. The Six of Wands is this, is our drive, our passion, our inspiration. It's usually a victory and a being seen. They're seeing you, they recognize you. And I like that because what they like is that you are true to your authentic self. Like you stand out. I feel like you don't um, change to be who you think other people want you to be. I almost feel like you have this energy of, this is me. If you don't like it, take a hike, but in a nice way. I feel like it's confidence. It's not, crassness. But I feel like they like that for you. They just feel um, the Six of Wands kind of represents this balanced energy too, this balanced attraction. So I feel like they do have feelings towards you, and they like and appreciate that you do stand by your um, who you want to be, your truth, and you don't like make other people, like you don't try to convince other people to take on your truth. You just stand in your truth, and they like that about you. So that's what's coming through right now for you, favors. So many blessings to you. And up next, we have Divine Mission. So you are up next here. And so your name is Dhruvi, and you want to know, were you a devotee of goddess Vaishnavi Sridhar in one of your past births? Oh, what a interesting question. I love that. Very unique. Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know. In a past life, were you a devotee? All right, let's see here. With these, I feel like you were, because the Queen of Cups are, our emotions, and the Queen of Cups, she rolls over emotion, but she also is given a second portion of water, so she's very much a very connected to spirit, very intuitive, very connected to the spirit world. So that's why. And when I saw this, I'm like, yeah. And then the Eight of Wands also. Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, everything like that. But it's also our spiritual energy, and it's like a huge amount of spiritual energy that flows through. And it's about messages from above. It's connection and communication. I almost look at these as like satellites. If you turn them upside down, they kind of look like a, satellite communicating back and forth with the spirit world. So I definitely feel like you were, with these combination of these two cards, coming in a beautiful connection with the spirit world in different ways in different lifetimes. I feel like for you, it really was, it's like you're usually a high priestess in a temple, or a monk or a nun, or a medicine man or woman, shaman, that you've always have like this spiritual, um, white light type of light worker type of energy that you've come here to share and connect and be a bright light and to help transform. I feel like this is like a core of what you do, and from lifetime to lifetime. Yeah, every once in a while you do like, this one I'm going to be a wild and crazy fool, woohoo, but then you're like, okay, that was fun, but back, I want to do this. This is fulfilling. So I feel like that's like kind of a repetitive type of occurrence for you. that, you see goddesses and gods and different connections and different lifetimes in different ways. So I like that for you, Divine Mission. So thank you for that question. I loved connecting to that. So many blessings to you. You're very welcome, Favor. All right, Bhumika Ranjit Batra, you are the next free reading. And so, what is the angel message for you? Let's take a look here. What is the angel message for you? Wow, they are definitely talking to you because the Three of Cups for me is a special card which represents this our spiritual posse. This is your guardian angel and angels and spirit guides, your loved ones under their side, your ancestors, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. This is them saying, yeah, we're here, we're around you. We never are away from you. We're constantly communicating with you. We don't meddle with your free will, though. So I kind of feel with the moon here, too, is very, very much about spiritual energy and connecting to the higher realms, your gifts, your spiritual gifts. And they're really wanting to have like this interactions more and more and more with you. It's like, again, they won't mess with your free will. They're constantly sending you love, giving you signs and messages. But if you will purposely raise your love vibration to the higher vibration of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude, you can really hear from them super clear. And if you ask of your own free will, hey, meddle in my life, give me signs, give me more, they'll give you even more because they desire a close, buddy buddy relationship with you, and you're worthy of it. But it's, we can let the structure go. We can become more best friends instead of like coworkers, right? Where we feel there's rules at work we have to obey. It's like, no, we're friends outside of work. It's we get to have this deeper communion with you. And you can also turn down the fear noise to clear up the noise and the clarity too. So any fears that rise, you can, if you turn down your fear noise by what you're letting in your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth and your touch, that allows that higher vibration to come in and a lot of clarity. So I feel like they really, really, really want to talk with you and commune with you, and they're like inviting you into this special best friend relationship, just letting go. It's like we're not coworkers, we're best friends. Lighten up a little bit on all the rules that you have around how you're supposed to commune with the higher realms and your angels. There's no rules. They're like, psh, all those are man-made. Break the rules. We're here, commune with us. So I like that for you, Bhumika. So many blessings to you. How exciting. All right. So many blessings. We'll continue moving down the list here. And we're to Butterfly A. Hello, hello. And when does Spirit see you pregnant? All right, let's take a look here and see. Of course, whenever there's any type of medical type of questions, I always have to say that, of course, for anything medical or anything psychological or business related, anything like that, seeking a licensed professional is what is recommended, right? Tarot is designed to be for entertainment purposes only, and every individual it's up to them to decide for themselves. So that said, we'll see what cards come through here for you. All right. And so we have Six of Cups, which is all about children and it's nostalgia, it's childhood and that type of thing. But it's perfect that it comes up for this one here. Let me see, there it goes. So I like that here. Temperance, balance, right? This, it's going to take time, patience, everything will unfold. I really like this six, though, with the Six of Cups here. And Yeah, and then I was thinking temperance is 14, but when I was looking at it, because it mirrors it um, for me this is V1X, which is 6 as well. So I feel like June is like a when you discover that you are pregnant. So if it's this year or next year, but I feel like um, that really stood out to me with that. So, oh, hopefully you're planning on it, right? But I feel like June is when you discover that you are. So that is what they have for you right now, butterflies. So many blessings to you. Let us know. I'm excited. All right. Hey, Blissful. Hello, hello. Queen, hello. You are up next for the next free reading here. And you want to have some clues about your secret admirers. Sure. Let's see what Spirit would like you to know here. All right. So I feel like there's two because you have the devil, right? You're like, oh God. But the devil card is Capricorn energy. So that would be a clue, right? Um, and it's Saturn energy too, which it might they might irritate you uh, at times, but it's because they have this energy of being right, and not that they think they're like a know-it-all, but they'll tell you things about yourself and challenge your beliefs. Like you'll be like, oh, da, 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 and like, well, I don't know if that's necessarily true, and you're like, just agree with me, but they don't, but then you find out, "Oh, I see their point and they're right. I hate it with that they're right." But it's kind of like that kind of energy. But definitely Capricorn, um, the devil card is Capricorn, Saturn energy. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. The other sacred admirer is someone that is very slow moving and down to earth, possibly, an earth sign, which would be, of course, Taurus, Virgo, and also Capricorn. So you might be attracting Capricorns. What's going on? But this is definitely someone who's very slow moving but down to earth, and so I feel like though that will give you some hints and some clues about some secret admirers. But I like it. But definitely like two Capricorn energy, which that other one could be also Taurus or um, Virgo. But that's what they have for you, Queen. So that's what you get for today. Many blessings for you. All right. Continue moving down the list here. Yeah, I can imagine Morg. It's like, oh my gosh. Too funny. You crack me up. All right. So, Grace, hello. General reading. So, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So, you do have this period of time that you've been with the Nine of Pentacles, really with Spirit here, looking inward. It's kind of like this little mini hermit's journey that you've been having, where it's been looking at your worth from the inside out and really doing some good reflection time. You might have been alone in the physical world a bit, almost feeling like you're in solitary confinement in a way, but you've been okay because haven't felt alone or lonely because you felt the presence of Spirit. You really did some reflection time. And again, I feel like it's a mini one, not like it's been like months and months and months, but maybe like a week or so, week and a half, 2 weeks, where you've been really reflecting, and that's about to change. The Knight of Wands here is this movement and this passion. And so, whatever you've learned about yourself in this little mini break, you're about to leap forward and have this energy and this passion I feel like there's some energies that you've let go of, like some beliefs, possibly some relationships, or even been investing some energy. When you've done this little mini inner reflection, you've just been like, you know what? Why do I invest so much energy in that and I get nothing back? You know what? I'm letting that go. And when you let go, this energy returns to you and you feel energetic and you're like, whoa, I didn't realize how much emotional energy I was investing in this individual or situation. And now that you've just like going, I'm releasing it. You're just like boom, 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 and you're moving forward, and have this passion and this drive and the energy behind it to do some new things. So I like that for you. It's like this, definitely this, you know, kind of a high five from spirit, a recognition of what you've done, and then just some explanation if you're having this flood of energy coming in. That's where it came from, and so just kind of a kudos and here we go, moving forward type of energy. So I like that for you. And if you are still in that little holding period, just know that you are able to let go of this thing that's been drawing a lot of energy, and you'll see the energy return back to you as well. So that is what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. All right. And Shamika. So you are up next for the next free reading. And you have what does the creator want you to know right now? So let's take a look here. Let's see, what does the creator want you to know? So I like this coming in here. You've got the temperance card, which is usually it's two cups that are being poured back and forth. And it's tempering, which tempering is like an alchemist type of energy where you start off with a base metal and it's slowly turning into gold. And I like that because that's normally the two cups. And the five of cups normally has two cups up here and three cups down here. And I feel like this overall energy is the creator's letting you know that you are in this process of transforming some old emotions that you have felt before, those that were more rooted in, disappointment and the fears of losing conditional love and some disappointments and resentments and all those delicious emotions that we come down here to experience. But you're learning and transforming and realizing the power that you have around emotions here with the power of choice, because those two cups tell us that every moment is an emotional choice. Actually, every moment is a mental choice of what story we apply to things. But the two of cups tell us every moment is an emotional choice of what emotion I want to feel as I go through it. And every moment is also an energetic choice. So we're always making a choice every second. But this is letting you know that no emotion is right or wrong. We came down here to experience those emotions. But when we realize that we're not trapped in those, always having to feel the fear of losing conditional love emotions, we have this other chalice, this holy grail that's full of the unconditional love of the higher realm. Because every moment is a choice of unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love. It's very simple. It's a mental choice, an emotional choice, an energetic choice. And whatever we choose is what we experience. Again, neither is right, neither is wrong. They just bring us different things. Fear emotions make us feel restricted and small and unempowered and powerless and trapped, and all the emotions rooted in fear. Unconditional love, of course, is expansive, empowering. We feel powerful and bright, right, and free. All those emotions related to unconditional love, like joy and peace and gratitude and laughter, So they're just wanting you to know that you are in this transformational time in your life. You are going back and forth, changing some old emotions into something brighter as you realize and see them for what they are. And it's a beautiful transformational emotional time for you. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Shamika. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down here. More, you're funny. Yeah, I have a couple divas in it. I have a couple roses. Uh, thank you guys again. I really appreciate everyone. And it's a good time to tell everyone to thank you for all the thumbs up that you give the video. Seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm loves it. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for being part of the love tsunami. I really, really appreciate you. All right, Elisa Manzini, you are up. So any advice from Spirit on how to regain your physical and spiritual alignment? You feel out of whack and super confused. I hear you. You know I know we've got the eclipses are starting to affect us already. So we definitely have some impact here from the eclipses. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right, yeah, I see here. So you do have the 10 of Wands. You know, this is a lot of energy, a lot of burden, and it makes sense. I feel like there's a lot of astrological energy that's impacting you, but also there's just a lot of different places that you've been investing your energy where you almost feel like a burden. And you can see here, you see how she has even all those beautiful flowers. It's like they're getting heavy. And I like this because you're leaving behind, you're going to dump off all the old flowers, all the old fruits, the blossoms of your labor, and you're going to be focusing on a new passion. One single flower instead of all these. The 10 of Wands, endings and new beginnings that are coming in. And the Justice card here does show you balance is coming. Yay! And what this does, the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. So you can see things from a higher perspective, and you begin to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. Some that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. Because this 10 of Wands, these things that you've been investing in, this energy that you've been investing in, have to do with some expectations of the outside world. And what happens, and this is normal, don't beat yourself up. This is the ebb and flow of every single human. We all go through this, we're kind of a pendulum. We swing over to one side of the scales, and we focus in on the spiritual, connecting to unconditional love and those things of the higher realm. And then something bright and shiny goes, oh, what's that? And we get sucked out into the storm for a little bit, and then we're like, oh, that's right, let me come back. It's this ebb and flow of like the emotional seas, and you're standing in your power. You're having this balance and this realization. Whenever you feel like out of whack and super confused, that's a great description. When we go into fear mode of any kind, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control in some way, and it can be subconscious too, it just goes into this fight or flight mode, and we leave our human, adult, emotionally intelligent individual, and we go into like a 2-year-old or to a cat, where we just feel like we want to hiss and attack, or hiss and attack and run away. And that's where all this confusion comes in, because fear kicks in and doesn't want us to stand still and think. It wants us to get the heck out of there or fight until we can get back to safety. And so there's this balancing that's coming in, and you're coming out of the storm. When you feel that confusion, when you feel that rising, deep breaths, whatever you can do to bring yourself back to a calm is important there. And this whole process here, you're learning your power of choice. The Chariot card, beautiful, beautiful energy that lets us know that we are not on an out of control drama train that's about to explode. We have a lot of fated events that we have in the world, but the Chariot card tells us that we're the ones that still get to decide what story we apply to each situation, which is the swords, right? Our supposed tos, our shoulds, our need tos, our have tos, our musts are stories of conditional love, the fear of losing conditional love, or we can choose a story of unconditional love. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love and the fears of losing conditional love. A mental choice of the story, either one, the emotion we want to feel as we go through it, and where we're investing our energy. If we're focusing in on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what we want to draw in, that grows and expands. If we're focusing in on our fears, like the other side of the scale, if we're focusing in on what we feel or fear will leave our life, we repel it out of our life. If we are fearing something will come into our life, we draw it in. When we focus on what we're missing in our life, missingness grows. That's a fear, right? We've focused on what's in our life that we don't want. We fear that, right? We expand that and grow that. So there's this power that's coming in right here. And so the advice to regain your physical and spiritual alignment is to realize, one, how can I calm myself down? Breathing, a hot bath, a walk in nature, painting, whatever it is that brings you to a place of calm, do that. That'll bring you out of this feeling out of whack and the confusion. It'll align you back with your higher self. And then you can look into what drew me out there, what drew me into my fears, and stepping into your power, knowing that you're the one that gets to choose. Something whenever I have periods of time like that, or especially in the beginning when I first realized I have the power to choose, I set an alarm on my phone for every waking hour to breathe, to come back to now, whatever the subject was, to bring me back. Because we'd get drawn out into the outside world and we get caught up in it. But if I had a reminder, it was a vibrating alarm, so it didn't bother anyone else, but it was like, who's calling me? I'm like, oh, that's me, drawing myself back. Okay. And then I would drift back out, and then, oh, I'm coming back. And then it starts creating a new habit to stay in this space instead of being drawn out there. So that is what's coming through right now for you, Elisa. So hang in there. Much love to you. Hopefully that helped. All right. All right. Hopefully, Morg, if you're still here, that helped you as well. All right. So continue moving down the list here. Oh, thank you so much, Tanya. All right, so Darla Dennis, you want to know? Okay, general reading. Absolutely. Let me just take another quick sip here. Spirit, let you know right now, Darla. All right. Nothing else. All right. Well, you got some fire coming in here. So you do have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So Ace of Wands is new passion, new drive, new ambition, new inspiration, a lot of new energy coming in. And the Eight of Wands is like a boatload of energy coming flying in, right? I mean, literally, it's like getting taken away by all the wind that's coming in here. So you do have this passion coming in, and this can either be relationship wise or just a passion for life coming in, something new that's drawing you into feeling excited about life, like you want to live instead of exist. And there's this energy that's just something is sparking it, something is spawning this into your life where it just ignites it. So it could be, like I said, if it's a person, if it's like if you're not in or you could be in a relationship too, but something happens within personal relationship that would just, bring in this big, huge spark that just takes you to a new level, or someone comes into your life and you're just like, wow, this is exciting, a new adventure. So that's the feeling, is like a new adventure coming, this new excitement, something that brings a breath of fresh air into your life, to where you just feel joyful, like you're glowing and you're excited. So something is coming here that does this for you, and I like it for you. So it's the times of feeling like you're existing or about to leave, and a new bright time, a new exciting time in your life is about to come forward. So I like that, Darla, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. And we are to Saya Ghosh. Sorry if I mispronounced that. You'd like a career reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around career? All right. I like this power that's coming in here regarding career, because you have two wands, more fire energy coming in here. But the Knight of Wands represents if you felt like you've had like an energetic block, like something's been blocking you in your career. This Two of Wands is stepping in to show you that you have the ability to step through this block, this energetic block. And it's about stepping into your power, because the Nine of Wands normally has like 9 wands stacking up that are keeping you from going. But the Two of Wands tells you that you have one of those is your Ace of Wands. One of yours is your power. And as you step into that power, it allows you to, remove, you grab onto the Nine of Wands, and it opens a space that's big enough for you to slide through it and step through it. And how you're stepping into your power is you're realizing that your energy is such a big piece of the co-creation of your career, and whatever you're focusing on is what expands. So an example would be like, if I'm focusing on, like, I'm not getting the promotions that I want, I feel like I'm missing promotions in my life, I'm telling the universe, I love just missing promotions, so help me miss some more. And we're like, no, that's not what I want, right? So when we're focusing on what we're missing, or what we have in our lives that we don't like if I hate my job, I'm going to hate it more. If I'm missing something, I'm going to miss it more. If I feel like something's going to leave my life, I repel it away. If I fear something's going to come into my life, I draw it. That's one side. The Two of Wands is like, that's one side you could choose, but you could also choose this other. Option B, maybe that's option A. This is option B. Or I can choose option A, which is begin to focus on gratitude for what I do enjoy about my career and my job. More things to be grateful for grow. If I focus on what I do want to draw in, I draw in more of that. If I focus in on, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and those things, I grow and expand that. So I feel like you're stepping into this power of realizing, where have I been investing my energy? Am I focusing in on what I don't want, what I hate, what I feel I'm missing, or am I focused on gratitude for what I do have and what I want to come in? So it's the change and the shift of the energies is such a huge piece of this energetic block. So when there's an energetic block, it feels like we've been focusing on this side, which, don't beat yourself up. Every human being, we learn this, right? We learn our power. We're taught so much differently that, no, I'm at the whim of everything else in the outside world, and I'm taught to focus on this. But when we realize I can focus on this and totally change my life, you betcha. So gratitude journal, or putting it on your phone, or an alarm to remind you to be grateful for what you do have. Whatever needs to happen to change our habit to focusing on this instead of this, then the faster things move. I even tell people, if you want things to move super fast, because you can do a gratitude journal, or where I write down one thing I'm grateful for every day and not repeating it. I can do that, but it's going to, I'm slowly changing my habit towards gratitude. Or I can do in the morning and at night. That'll bring it faster. I can do it morning, noon, and night. Faster. I can do it every hour. Fast, 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 right? However you want to change that energy and change the habit of what you're focusing your energy on is totally up to you, right? Because it's in your hands. So empowering. So that is what they have for you, Sayak. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list, and we are to Beautiful Dream. You are up. Will you get an internship offer today through NAIP? Let's take a look here and see. Yes or no? You have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. So for me, this is this, you know, I'm going to pull one more card here because I feel I'm getting this energy of like, you're going to have peace of mind today, but the not knowing sometimes is what like irritates our mind, right? I need to know, and then when we know, we can have peace of mind too, right? And I feel like that's what's coming here is like, you will find out today, yes or no. But is it going to be yes or no? Okay. So you got the Empress card, which is abundance, overflowing. So this would be a yes for me coming in here. So I do feel like you will get your internship offer today, and you'll have peace of mind. Yay! So that's what they have for you, Beautiful Dream. Many blessings for you. All right. Hey, Chanel Hayes. How long have I been doing tarot? That is like asking someone their age. I have been doing tarot for over 25 years, usually for friends and things like that for about a decade or so. But I've been doing public readings like on this channel for about 3 years. I think it's been about 3 years or more. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So it's a beautiful. I'm thinking of doing. I have some people interested in learning tarot, so I'm thinking of doing some like introduction to tarot and helping people learn tarot. Because I did help someone once. It was funny too. It was a couple friends of mine, and one of them. They were doing it more with going along with the other friends, and they were joking, really a jokester, like, oh, I'm going to get the death card, which of course can mean transition, but that was their little joke. And I swear, because we ran around the table and we all did readings on each other, and I helped them just get in tune with their intuition. But every single time, and we had like 8 or 9 different readings that we did for each other, death card every single time. And even when I did to end the session, I did one card, just flipped one card each, and she even got the death card then. It was funny. Spirit is so hilarious, but I love it. So thanks for asking the question there, Chanel. All right, so Tanya Batra, thank you again for being a new subscriber. And you want to know, what does H think about you? Let's take a look here. Wait, what's funny? Funny that you asked, what do they think about you? And you got 2 thinking cards. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. So it definitely is all about the mind and the thinkingness going on here. And both of these cards kind of represent, here obviously is the balancing out of things. The 6 of Swords also is leaving behind old ways of thinking, going to new ways of thinking. So balancing of thoughts and mind. So they're having a mind shift. Got to be careful how I say that, right? They're and they usually are moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I feel like their thoughts and thinking about you are changing. Not that they thought ill of you before, but I feel like the more they're getting to know you and whatever is unfolding between you, they're really seeing that there is so much more to you than they ever imagined. And I like that. It's like it almost feels intriguing to them, like they are thought, oh, you're going to be like these other people that I've met before, and they kind of had you in a box. They have like boxes, and they just put you in a box and they go, okay, oh no, actually you go in this box. They're like, no, 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 you wait a minute, you go in this box. You're actually, they're like, um, thought of creating a separate box for just you, but I almost feel like they're going like, I can't fit you in a box. I like this. I like this. Their mind is expanding and they're seeing you in so many different ways that it's an appreciation. It's like, again, it's intriguing to them. And I like that for you, Tanya. So they are really um, seeing that you are so much more than they ever thought, which is great. You like being unique. Are you an Aquarius? Do you have Aquarius energy? I just feel like there's this, they just, um, not that they think you're odd, but I feel like if they called you odd, you would appreciate it. That's why I feel like you have Aquarian energy because I have Aquarius. It feels like you're weird. Thank you. You don't want to be normal. You want to be different and unique. Sagittarius. Well, that makes sense too. You're like, yeah, I want to be, because Sagittarius too. You're always wanting to expand and learn and grow and stuff too. So I like that. Yeah. So that's what's coming through right now for you. So again, thank you so much for joining, and hopefully you'll return and be a part of our soul family. We'd love to have you. So that is what they have right now. Blissful, you are up next. So will the thrift store call you this week for an interview? You're very welcome. Whoa. Cards are flying. So will they call you this week? Well, it's interesting. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is a ton of fast energy coming in too. So I feel like they will call you this week for an interview, like this coming week. But I feel like it's going to be like towards the end of the week, because this is like, it feels like it's taking forever. And then suddenly they're like, hey, can you come in for an interview today? And you're like, oh, what? It's almost like Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're just like, because they got very busy and things got crazy, but they're like, we got to get it in. Oh my god, I can't believe it's Friday. And they're like, can you come in? And you're like, okay. It's like the last day, towards the end of the time. It just feels like it's being drawn out, right? But that's what I feel. You're welcome, Blissful. So and many blessings too. What's meant for you won't pass you by, so you can trust and just go with the flow, right? All right. All right. And Amir McCoy, you're looking for a free reading. Were you looking for just a general reading, or did you have a specific question? Spirit knows, so we're pulling cards. They said, just move forward. They know what you're looking for here. All right. So if your question was about love, we've got the Page of Cups here, which is new love. And they said, yeah, it's taking time for it to come in. It's taking time for it to unfold. You have the Temperance card, which is it's worth the wait kind of message coming in, because the tempering is about kind of like an alchemist, where it takes time for the base metal to turn into gold, and it goes back and forth, and it's like, I'm tired of waiting. Like, do you want gold or do you want some sort of weird mixture? It's like, I'm willing to wait for the gold. And so it's like this unfolding of things that's taking its good old time, but just trust that the process is happening on purpose, for purpose, and you will find this new higher love will enter in, this new whatever you're waiting for, this new birthing of emotion. It is coming. It's just taking its time, but again, definitely worth the wait. So that's what they have for you, Amir. So many blessings to you. Diana, you are up next, and you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. So let's take a look here. So it does seem here you have the Page of Pentacles, which does tell us that you do have a new situation that's coming arising here. The Seven of Cups can normally mean like emotional confusion, but I don't feel like that it means for you, because I feel like you are trying to, it's like you have different options that are coming in your life here. You have different decisions to make. And it's almost like you're trying to choose which star, which wish you want to have come true, right? It's like you're trying to really figure out things, because the Page of Pentacles tells me that it's almost like you're being offered a wish come true. You're walking along the beach, you find a little mini lamp, it's a mini genie in there that only grants one wish, not a big genie who grants three. And you are like being offered, like, you can have one wish come true. What is it? And you're like, oh gosh, I had three. In this case, well, I had seven, but what is the one dream that I want to focus on? And I feel like Spirit is asking you to kind of do that, and to look over and look into it and go, where do I want this to go? You know, which direction? What do I want? What's the one thing? And I feel like that's what Spirit is having you do, is to, you know, the period of being drawn into a lot, they're like allowing you to make decisions about letting, it's like process of elimination. They're like, let's move away these, you know, this thing, that thing, this thing, to where you're focused just on one thing, and then you're able to move forward. So I feel like the confusion about what I want to do and where I want to go and what I want to invest my energy in is about to change. Um, as far as you're whittling it down, you're getting answers to things. Things are being revealed for you to really, to where you know what this next thing is, and then your energy just draws it in. So I like that for you, Diana. So that is what they have for you right now. Hopefully that resonates, and many blessings to you. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Needy. You're just listening. I love, you know, Spirit brings us so many messages in different ways. So thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate your energy, you know, the beautiful love energy of your heart, everyone's heart. It just brings in everything. So I love that. All right, Grace. Hey, Kat. Hello. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Always Victory. Thank you for your donation. I'm like, phew. So I'll be right back to you, Kat. Thank you for your second donation. Always Victory. So you're turning over a new leaf today. Any advice from Spirit? And we can absolutely bring in an oracle. And I feel like the Soul's Journey card, those feel perfect for this. So we will start there. All right. Well, that makes sense, right? Courage. What a beautiful design there, too. It's almost mesmerizing, right? I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. It says you need to remind yourself that part of the challenge of being a soul is learning to honor your own power. By listening to your inner voice and following its advice, you're acknowledging the perfection of your intuition. Fear is only an illusion, and obstacles are great opportunities for you to demonstrate that coming from a place of love will conquer all of fear's disguises. Perhaps you're changing career paths or entering or exiting a relationship. This test has been put before you because it's an opportunity to prove to yourself that you and only you can make the correct decision. By not taking that step forward, you may find yourself two steps back, only to face that same obstacle again. hmm, I think that might help you here. Advice on turning over a new leaf, stepping into your power, realizing you are the only one that gets to decide to do things or not to do things. Let's take a look here, see what else they want you to know here, though. So you got 1 and 3. Well, here you go. Ace of Swords. New way of thinking. Here is unlocking the mind. You have the key. Ace of Swords, the key is connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, rooted in unconditional love, which allows you to cut away any thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, right? These fears of losing conditional love. So, how we gain the courage, how we understand what it is that we, to focus on love, we're focusing on unconditional love, not the conditional love that we've had before. So something coming up here, like turning over a new leaf, it's like, what about this thing that's happening? What fears do I have around it? What I'm afraid that it means about me, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you are ready for this new journey, this new adventure. The Fool card is the first card in the major arcana, which follows the World card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure, more free of expectations, free of things that don't serve us, right? And you have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is the pursuit of the Ace of Swords, because this is what they're questing after, is to see things from a higher perspective, stepping into your truth, your capital T truths, which allows you to cut away, like we said, those fears. And then you have the Star card, which is so perfect. Wish fulfillment, hope, balancing of things. Also, if you're into chakras, the Star card normally has 7 stars on it, which does bring in the balancing of the chakras. So if you have, studied chakras, or you have a desire to, if it's a part of your life, definitely, I love how it's like these are all the chakras represented, right? Red, orange, yellow, green. Oh, there's no green in there. So the heart chakra is missing here, right? Red, orange, yellow, blue. Okay, so we see the blue, like the aqua blue of the throat chakra and the heart chakra, that are not in that here. So if that means anything to you, focusing in on your heart and your throat chakra, which expressing your heart verbally or in action, right? Is an important piece of this for you as well. Which Swords makes sense, because Swords does talk about communication, and it's being vocal, expressing yourself, expressing what you're wanting for yourself. Maybe affirmations, speaking affirmations. Turning over a new leaf too, I feel like stepping into your power was a piece of the messages there, which we've been talking a lot in this session about too, with whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so rather than focusing on trying to get rid of something, focus on what you're wanting to draw in. Because if we focus in on, like, I want to stop being angry, all we're doing is like angry, 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 or if I'm like peace, I want to focus on bringing peace into my life. I focus on my energy into peace, and that grows. So hopefully that, I know that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, always victory. So many blessings to you Hopefully that helped. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right, Kat, thank you for your patience. And we'd like a general read. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So kind of have a type of relationship, energy balancing energy coming in here, because the Four of Wands represents joy and celebration, and balanced energy. Wands, our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration, that type of thing. But also represents like marriage and celebration type of stuff. Six of Pentacles represents, it's like a giving and receiving card, but I call it my codependency awareness card. And I feel like with the combination of these, it's like Spirit's message is about understanding and taking time to look at where this possibly subconscious need to overgive in situations, either in relationships or job and school, situational type stuff, that it influences and impacts our joy, impacts our relationships, right? Because somewhere early in our life, and this could be bouncing around in our subconscious, when we're like 7 years older, and younger, 7 years old and younger, that's when our emotional body is being created. And we have this out of balance giving that we have taken on because we didn't know any better when we were younger, right? Usually it's usual suspects are usually parents or grandparents or someone that we had to do extreme things to get a little bit of attention from. So our love ratio of, monetary exchange, I had to give 100 love coins to get 1 love coin back. So very out of balance rate of exchange. Like I said, as children, we're like, oh, I guess that's the acceptable one. It saves and drops down into our subconscious, and then it's running all the time, impacting our school. Like I have to overachieve. I have to overachieve at work. I have to overgive in my friendships and family and relationships and whatever. And our little, little child self has all these barriers out there not allowing us to accept and receive. And of course, in friendships and relationships and things like that, especially relationships, it impacts us so much because if we're feeling like we have to overgive, we give until we're exhausted and we give until we're resentful, right? And if our energy, even though our mind, our conscious mind might be going, yes, give me, I want to receive from them, our subconscious is going, no, you cannot give to us. And so what happens when, that person is feeling the energy say, no, you can't give to me? Well, they'll give to themselves or to other people by becoming a workaholic, having a hobby that they spend a lot of time doing, spending time working out or with their friends, or affairs because they feel like they have to be able to give somewhere. And if our energy is not allowing them to give, they'll give somewhere else. So I feel like what Spirit is bringing up for the general reading is we can consciously go, who was it when I was younger that I had to over please? We bring that into our consciousness. A little edit button appears then on our little rate of exchange. We edit, we delete the zeros and bring it down to 1 to 1 and save. And then we have a balanced giving and receiving, which impacts really every area of our life, right? It allows us to have this joy, allow ourselves to receive. That energy field is gone. It allows this giving and receiving that's more equal and more fulfilling. So I feel like that's what they're bringing in right now for you, Kat. So hopefully that was helpful, and many blessings to you. All right. All right. Thank you, 26 tapes. I was about to ask you, did you have your question? And boom, it appeared right there. I like it. All All right, very good. Hey, Moni and VD. All right. So VD, I'm gonna take care of 26 tapes if I could first, because I think I gave you a earlier reading, but I'm gonna take care of 26 tapes real quick. So this guy, you don't talk, but your friends have experience with them, and they say he's not a good fit for you, and that he will disappoint you, but you really like him, and you want to befriend him. Oh, okay. So you want to know if there's any chance to befriend him. We'll ask that. That's that one. And then I kind of feel like you have an underlining question of what is the are they like for your highest experience, right? Is it good for them, right? Yeah. So you have the Emperor here, which the Emperor does show stability. It does show as far as befriending them and coming with them. This is you taking authority. You know, the Emperor, they rule over their kingdom, their empire, right? And they have all these advisors around them with all their opinions, which is all these people going, oh, I don't know. You know, they have their thoughts, their opinions that they fill the emperor's ear with. But at some point, the emperor tells all these advisors, thank you for all of your opinion. Now everyone can leave the throne room. I get to decide for me. So I feel like there's like, you know, you can take what everyone has to say into account. You're not going to go in blind, but that you can reach out and befriend them. I feel like they're saying that it's up to you to decide for you and to put everyone else's opinion on the shelf and follow what you want to do here. Um, you know, will it be disappointing? You know, you have the Fool card. I like this going in with no expectations, going in with the energy that it's an adventure, that you don't go in it with a attachment to an outcome. I feel like that's where disappointments happen. Expectations equal disappointment. If you're going in, you know, on, you know, with just that there has to be this thing, you're going to be disappointed because that's what we all are. Whenever we have a long list of things that something's supposed to be, we're going to be disappointed. How we avoid being disappointed is we go in allowing someone to be who they are. And if any of my rules around what a friendship, a relationship, an interaction are supposed to be come up, I put those to the side and go, this is not for this. This is for other things. This is a new adventure. So if you go about it that way, you'll enjoy the adventure. But if you're going to go about it thinking like, well, they have to be this, I have to be this, this is how the relationship has to be, you're going to be disappointed in small ways to extreme ways, right? So I feel like that's what they're bringing in for you there, 26 tapes, which is every relationship, every interaction. But I feel like this is an opportunity to try to go in with an open mind and open heart and enjoy what it could be instead of trying to force it to be what you feel it has to be, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you. Hey, Love Watches. Yeah, you can still do a donation for a reading. Absolutely. Because I do have VD. You had asked a question there. You're very welcome, 26 tapes. Enjoy the adventure. All right. All right. Very good, love. And so, VD, you asked, what does this Capricorn perceive of you and think about you? Let's see here. What do they have here? Yeah. I had a feeling they kind of are split-minded here, right? With the Two of Swords, they've got on one side, they perceive and think about you that you kind of are you a hermit? Are you to yourself and you maybe introverted? but also you're on this inner search here too. But I like that it's like this, you know, going in this direction, that you like being kind of away from all the noise and things. That's their perception. And then the other side, they look at you as someone that really wants like this love and this overflowingness that comes in too. The 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment. And so they kind of see both sides of this with you here. And um, I feel like they, maybe if they're an extrovert, that's why they're like, I hope that this wouldn't like impact any kind of relationship or interaction that they'd have with you, because they would want to go out, and you don't always want to go out, but they want to go out, but they enjoy this, interaction. But I kind of feel like they're just, this is what they're thinking about, what's on their mind here. It's like they see the joy and the fulfillment and the things that they have, but they also, see that you like, uh, I don't know if they are a big extrovert, because it almost makes them, I don't know if it makes them feel uncomfortable on how comfortable you are being by yourself. It's like this, I don't know if they need me, and it's kind of not funny, but that's kind of what comes up. So that's what they want you to know right now, Vidi. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And Love Watches, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. And you want to know, will you get a job within 2 weeks? You filled out a lot of job applications. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know here around a job within 2 weeks? All right. So let's see what we got here first. All right. All right. Yes, and yes, and yes. Yes, 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 you will. I feel like you're actually going to have a choice between at least 2 jobs, because the 2 of Pentacles here with the Page of Cups, which is, I feel like when you make a choice with the job coming up, like this, energy coming in here, that it is, choose something, like if you have a choice between 2 or more, choose something that you enjoy. Let your heart have a say so in your decision, because you have the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunity coming in. You also have the Fool card, which is a new journey, a new adventure coming in, and the King of Pentacles, which is abundance and overflowing. So that's why I'm like, yes, 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 yes. You will get a job offer. I feel like more than one. But again, let your heart choose which route you want to go and what you want to do. I mean, that's what brings you the abundance. That's what brings in this adventure feeling that comes in with that. And hired on like what day? Even he's introverted. Well, that makes sense. So that would be an attraction thing for him, but okay. We got the 2 of Cups. Oh, would you be hired on? Oh, not just an interview. Yeah. Yeah, you said, will you get a job? So I feel like you're going to get several job offers, not just interviews, but job offers, at least 2. And then you get to decide, oh, I want this one. Yeah. And yeah, and because you had the 2 of Pentacles, and when I was looking at like day, it's almost like, what is April 2nd a day, like a weekday? Let me see here. I think so. No, that's a Sunday. Well, I think you get 2. Yeah, you get 2 offers, because you got the 2 of Cups, the 2 of 2 of Pentacles, and the Lover's card, which is choice. So choices, and 2s. So you definitely get choices, possibly more than 2, but yeah, definitely You get offers. I thought you meant like a day. I was like, will you give me a day? But they didn't give me a day because the second is a Sunday. So definitely you get several choices, and I like that for you. So, but follow your heart in making the decision, not your brain. Choose the one that you'll enjoy doing, because in the long run, it's going to end up more beneficial for you. Like if one job offers you, $20 an hour, and the other one offers you like $18.99 an hour or something, you're like, well, that one's more money, but but you wake up every day going, ugh. And this one you end up loving, and you end up getting bonuses and, promotions faster. It ends up in the long run. So follow your heart in making the decisions. You are very welcome. And thank you again so much for your donation. All right. Just want to make sure everyone is aware as well. Each week I do have a giveaway, and next Monday, here's the link to the video for that. To celebrate reaching 1,500 plus subscribers on YouTube, I'm having a special giveaway. In addition to a 1-hour personal recorded reading, I'm also giving away 5 15-minute personal recorded readings. So if you're interested in getting into the drawing, be sure to check that out. And tonight at midnight, I will be putting out the April monthly reading. So if you have subscribed, make sure your little notification is set to all, so you're notified of when the new videos come out, when giveaways are announced, and when the winners are announced too. So I like it. Thank you guys again for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. I greatly appreciate that. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the Love Tsunami. Really appreciate all of your love and your support. And I will be back tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And also, of course, both Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. in the morning and 7 p.m. at night as well. So if I see you guys, I'll see you. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And please know, as you're going throughout your adventure, that, every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So hang in there, and until I see you guys again, much love, and we'll see you soon. Have a good day.